Ready, I think. Oh, what's this? Oh, yeah, got it. Yeah, I have to click on got it. Yeah.
Good afternoon. Today I'm talking to SJ Butler. Hello, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name's SJ Butler. My name's actually Sean, but I use SJ Butler as my author name. I live in Claremorris in County Mayo in Ireland. I work as a teacher in a prison school, and I'm on holiday at the moment, which is great. So I can spend a lot of time writing, which is my first love, as it is everybody else, I suppose.
And did you always want to write?
Yeah, I kind of, I suppose, like most teenagers, I was kind of messing around with poetry mainly in my teenage years, and then got into a lot of songwriting, but didn't really start seriously writing until my early 20s, I suppose, and then took it seriously probably about 20 years ago. I started writing seriously then, and trying to get published and so on.
And what made you take the plunge and go for it?
I suppose that the main thing was when I was at uni. I suppose, like, we had to read what was on the reading list, and so I was kind of forced to read. And then when I was given the freedom to read what I wanted to read, I realized that I wasn't really enjoying a lot of what was around bestsellers and so on. And I thought, well, I think I could do that. And so I had to go at it, and I then got the writing bug, so to speak, and carried on from there.
That's and what do you use your day job as inspiration for your books?
I try not to, because I suppose it wouldn't be appropriate, but I mean, I do come in contact naturally with a lot of very kind of dangerous people, and I suppose it would be easy for me to latch into that, but I don't really see myself as a crime writer really, or anything like that. So I'm probably influenced by it, but you know, I'm probably not conscious of it, I should imagine. Yeah.
And what made you choose the genre that you write in?
Well, I suppose I wouldn't say I was kind of forced into it, but I was probably getting nowhere with the kind of things that I was writing, and I thought to myself, what do people want, and that kind of thing, and I thought kind of psychological thrillers was the way to go, mixed in with a little bit of crime. But I wouldn't be a prolific reader of crime fiction, or really would have had much interest in it or anything like that. So I just kind of wrote what I thought people would like to read, and also use my own experiences or whatever within that. Yeah.
And you're on your second book, and you've got a 3-book deal. Is it a series, or are they all standalones?
They're all standalones. They're all very different from one another. The first one, Between the Lines, was more of a psychological thriller. This one is as well, but I suppose there's more of a crime element than the previous one. And the third one, which hasn't been published yet, will be kind of more magic realism. So I'll be moving away completely. So I'm kind of trying to avoid being pigeonholed, but it's very difficult with publishing companies and so on. Yeah.
Who's been your favourite character to write so far?
I suppose in the first novel, the character of Kev Parker Kevin Parker, who is a literary agent. That would probably be my favorite character. Although the present novel, Deadly Lesson, probably DCI Jack Hogan. I kind of like him. So they're the only likable characters. The rest aren't very likable. So yeah, I've enjoyed writing those.
Are there any elements of you in them?
Not really. I mean, I suppose there are elements of me in each book, but not the characters. I wouldn't be that interesting.
I'm sure that's not true.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Do you have any fears or phobias, and would you write about them?
Fears and phobias. I probably wouldn't write about my fears or phobias. I suppose the biggest fear is kind of, as a writer, as well as an individual, is criticism. And I don't think I've touched on that, but I would have a fear of that. Yeah, maybe I might tackle that later down the line. Yeah.
And do you hide any secret jokes or messages in your books that only a few people will understand?
Yes, I would do that from time to time. I would include things, definitely, and I suppose only maybe close friends and my wife definitely would pick up on. We know what you're on about there. So yeah, definitely, and I suppose as well, if you want to kind of to say something, kind of, if it be political or whatever, you might include that as well in a roundabout way as well.
And have you made lots of author friends?
To be honest, no. I mean, locally, I would know a few local writers here, and we actually have in Claremorris quite a few local writers, and some who've been quite successful, and I would kind of know them. But I don't really know. I wouldn't say I shy away from it, but I don't really feel part of that fraternity yet, anyway.
Are you part of all the groups?
Oh yeah, no, I am a member of a number of groups, and I find it interesting to read what people have to say. I really do, and that helps me, I have to say. Yeah, I probably should post a little bit more, but I don't, for some reason. I don't know why.
The only way you're going to get noticed.
I suppose. No, you're right, Don. I should actually do that a bit more. Yeah, I'm probably shying away from it.
I'll start nagging you every day. Have you posted something?
Okay, that's fair enough.
I can do that. It's fine.
Yeah, I can do that. Okay.
And have you had much feedback from readers?
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah, and positive, and yeah, no, I have. No, and that, as you know yourself, that's the wonderful thing about it all, is having, positive feedback. Anything negative, I don't tend to read, although I've been, touch wood, so far I've been lucky enough. Yeah. I suppose it's all kind of psychological warfare we're all involved in here with reviews and so on. It's kind of, yeah, it's tough.
So if you interact more in the groups, then more people will know who you are, and then you'll just get inundated with loads of amazing feedback.
Yeah. Maybe I'm missing something here. Yeah.
All about the social media. That's what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, everyone will know who you are after they watch this anyway, so that's the start.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. Nice. So hi there. Maybe hold the book up.
Yes. Just wept.
Yeah.
I'll make you do that again at the end as well. Just
okay, that's brilliant. Okay.
I've got lots more questions for you yet, don't worry.
All right, yeah, okay.
Well, maybe not lots, but some.
Yeah. Okay.
If you were able to spend a day with any author, dead or alive, who would you spend the day with?
I suppose possibly George Orwell, or maybe Joseph Conrad. I know it's a bit old-fashioned to speak of those old guys, but either one of those, I probably would. Yeah.
Are you considering going to any of the book festivals next year?
I would, COVID permitting, definitely, and you know, like everybody else who's been published in the last couple of years, you know, you kind of feel a little bit left out of the loop, and we're kind of missing out on a lot of stuff, which has made us try harder, I think, in terms of social media and so on. But definitely, yeah, I'd love to do that. And you know, I'd love to get over it to the UK and do that in particular, where I have a lot of friends and so on. So definitely.
Yeah, I went to Harrogate for the first time this year, and it was absolutely incredible. So
yeah,
that's the
wow.
one to do.
Okay. And did you see Richard Osman there? Was he there?
He was.
Yeah.
We done a quiz on the Saturday night, and he was like the next table over, or one. So, and I was that close to getting a selfie with him until the woman with him was like, no selfies.
Okay. He's very popular now, isn't he? Yeah.
But the rest of the people, you know, some big names like Ian Rankin I was sitting there drinking coffee on my own, and he walked past and he just said good morning. And Ian Rankin's like one of the most well-known authors. And I was like, oh, hi. Yeah, very strange, but very good.
Oh, no, brilliant. It sounds great. It really does.
Yeah, and you get to know loads of people.
Yeah,
and drink lots.
All right, okay. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently. So I've heard. I wouldn't do anything like that, obviously.
No.
Up till now, is there one standout moment for you since you became an author?
Yeah, I suppose seeing your book on the shelf for the very first time was a big buzz, and I suppose as well receiving that box of books from your publisher is quite an emotional moment, I think, for all writers. So if it really comes home to you, then you know what you've done. So it's what you created for better or for worse. So but those moments in particular, and having a positive review and people saying nice things about you, obviously, you know, all those things.
And what's your biggest dream, or what's your goal?
My goal would be to I suppose not work, to do it full time, the usual, to have the mortgage paid off, and not to be a bestseller, but just to earn enough money from writing to be able to commit myself to it long term. Yeah.
When you're editing, or when you send your book off to editors, what do they shout at you for overusing?
Probably over description. They tend to want me to cut lots of description, but particularly of landscape and so on. So we have a few tussles there. I mainly give in because they're the one who's you know, bringing the book out and paying for it all. So yeah.
Do you have any particular words or phrases that you overuse?
Not that I can think of. No, I don't know. I really don't know the answer. I'm sure there are, and they've probably been edited out, I should imagine. Yeah.
Most authors, when I ask that question, know it straight away. They're like, oh yeah, it's that. I guess they've been told off so many times.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. Perhaps I've blocked it out and have eradicated it and moved on. I don't know. I can't remember.
Are you someone that has lots of ideas bubbling away, waiting to be written, or something occur to you and then you write it?
I think it's when I'm forced into getting those ideas, then I act. So at the moment, finishing off work that I've started, mainly editing. I would do that first, but once I got that clear and my head's clear, then the ideas will start to come. And I do have one or two festering away there, and you know, it's already there. I'm sure it's all there. I'm ready to go. So yeah, so I suppose I do.
Is there any other genre that you want to try and write in?
No, I mean, apart from I kind of probably want to move away from what I'm writing now slightly, because I don't want to upset anybody at the same time. But I'm more interested in that kind of thing, and kind of more feel good, saving the world kind of literature, rather than lots of murders. But with a little bit of that thrown in, of course, to keep everybody interested.
If you were a villain, yeah. If you were a villain in a book, how would you kill people?
Yeah. Oh God, how would I kill them? I mean, I'd probably just shoot them, because so many of my characters are pretty violent, and you know, pretty horrific. I just kill them. I just shoot them, rather than what my characters might or might not do.
What's the most interesting thing you found when doing research for your books?
I suppose for the present book, I got into kind of looking at kind of class war. The idea the only just war is class war, kind of element in left-wing politics. And looking at that and doing research on that, I found very interesting. Actually, there's a lot of stuff I didn't know, and that I've used. Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
What do you like to do when you're not writing and you're not working?
I like I mean, I play guitar, and you know, I used to write songs, but less now. I like to do that. Just trying to keep reasonably fit, I suppose. That's about it, really. Maybe go for a walk. And of course, when our normal lives are back, you know, cinema. I love going to the cinema and just eating out, really. Very simple needs.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
If you're able to travel to any period in time, either forwards or backwards, where would you like to go to?
Possibly I suppose the 50s, 60s, or 70s. I suppose. Probably the 1950s, because of the fashion, and you know, yeah, I'd say the 50s probably.
Who would you least like to be stranded on a desert island with?
Oh God. Well, like a famous person, I suppose. Anyone. Probably my worst critic, whoever they might be, I suppose.
I'm sure you haven't got any.
Well, no, hopefully not.
And who was your first celebrity crush?
My first what? Sorry?
Celebrity crush.
My literary crush.
Celebrity.
Oh, sorry, celebrity crush. I suppose Nicole Kidman, I think. It could have been actually, and actually saying that, it could have been Cilla Black. I think, thinking back to when I was a kid, I think it was probably Cilla Black singing a song. I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, she looked very different when she was young, actually. So.
Yeah.
And so you're working on book 3 at the moment. So do you know what's coming next for you after that?
After the 3 books, no, I don't. I know what I'm writing and so on, but in terms of the 3-book deal, I don't know what comes after that. I have to try and renegotiate something, I suppose. Yeah. But I'd like to think they might offer me something and I just carry on.
Yeah. Fingers crossed, yeah. Well, you just have to make sure the next book's good, won't you?
But that's it. I have to keep up in my game. That's it, yeah.
Do you get much chance to read now? Do you read anything?
I do, yeah. I mean, I've been rereading a lot of stuff, particularly Pat Barker and the Regeneration trilogy. I've kind of gone back and read things I've looked at, many years ago. I particularly like Rebecca Miller and Tony Parsons. I quite like Tony Parsons, more of his old stuff than his recent stuff, to be honest. And I like to read a lot of poetry, John Clare and Blake and so on. I tend to go back a lot, but nothing really current, if I'm honest, is exciting me at the moment, to be honest. I tend to get a lot of my wife's bedside reads, and so I look at what she's reading and I have a go at it, and I might last with it, but I might not.
So you don't have a towering TBR like the rest of us?
No, not really. Not really, no.
Just wait till you make some more author friends and they'll all send you their books saying, please, can you read this for me?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, I always do that. I will always do that. Yeah, definitely.
You'll be swamped, so you won't know what to read first or what to do first. And
yeah.
It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I have any more questions for you, unless you think there's anything that I haven't asked you that you want to tell us about.
No, not at all, Donna. No, it was great to be interviewed by you, and I've read a lot of very positive things about you, and how nice you are with your interview skills, and you've proven that today. So I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
That's been great.
Do you just want to flash your book again and tell everyone where they can find you, more about you, and where they can buy your books from?
Okay, well, Deadly Lesson, and it's published by Accent Headline, and you can get it on Amazon, of course, and pre-order from any bookshop. Some stock it, some don't, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the second one.
I think you haven't got the first one to hand.
I have to stand up though to get it. This is from the box, and this is the first one, between the lines. I might hold up both of them. There we are. Pair of earrings or something.
Very fetching. Not as fetching as the box, though.
Okay. Well, it's been great.
Where can everyone find out more about you and contact you with all their glowing reviews, if they so wish?
Yeah. Well, I'm on Facebook and Twitter. You can locate me through Facebook. All my links are there for Twitter and Instagram and so on. Yeah, I'm on everything. So yeah, it'd be great to hear from anybody, and I hope to do more of this kind of thing.
Yeah, well, you're welcome back anytime. I'll talk to you anytime.
Okay, well, thanks a million, Donna. Thanks for that.